Okie dokie. So this is, the entrance is kind of down that way. And then we have a central tree, which is nice in this courtyard. That's the kitchen, and this is my little micro apartment. There's actually a swimming pool, a very small swimming pool up there. So, step in, and here we have, as I say, it's pretty small. The little mini living room. I can plug my hard drive into that. And then, this is actually really annoying, it catches on everything. Perfectly serviceable lavatory with an inexplicably Mercedes shower head. They actually have the complimentary toothpaste and toothbrush, which is awesome. And then, yeah, as I say, this is dinky as fuck. That's nice. I can leave that open because obviously it's got bars. And it's just big enough for a double bed and some legroom. So yeah, very nice really. I'm gonna stretch out on that, watch my stuff on the TV. It's many pillows bunkered that in. It really is nice, this. I like it. It's good. I do believe that those are fried caterpillars. Good evening, friends. Welcome to Lubango. I really like this place. I've pretty much hit like southern Africa now. This area is really quite dry. There are a lot of cacti around, but also it is surrounded by mesa, so flat-topped, heavily stratified mountains. It's beautiful. And also I have a very nice place to stay. It's like a micro apartment, and it's great. It's perfect size for me. You're a little tight for two people, unless they're very friendly. But good place, good price. I am almost certain now that I'm going to stay here for 2 weeks. I was going to spend a month in Namibia and 6 weeks in South Africa, including 2 weeks in Cape Town and the surrounding area. I think what I'm going to do is sacrifice a weekend in South Africa and stay here, because it's a really nice town. There's a hypermarket down the way. I went there yesterday to stock up. It has a cinema. I'm going to go to the cinema. But also it has a lot of local shops and bakeries. I'm headed to the bakery now to pick up some bread for tonight and tomorrow. And yeah, good place. The journey was fine. It was an overnight bus, of course. Got me in about 7, walked into my room at like 7:15. Again with the early check-in, late check-out situation. I'm in a good place. Yeah. That's about it for now. Look at this dinky ass little pool. So cool. And also the view from up here does not suck. Nice storm, good storm. Those clothes are so wet. Well, I have no idea where to put them, otherwise I'd take them down. This is an epic storm. I'm just hoping it holds because there's lightning going off overhead. And if I can grab an umbrella from someone and go out after dark, yeah. Good afternoon, friends. So it's Sunday and here I am at Tundavala Gorge just outside Lubango in Angola, and I gotta tell you, it is a cyclopean piece of topography. I am being very, very careful here because I am one step from a ridiculous drop. I mean, that's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of meters. 1,000 feet? Yeah, I guess 300 odd meters, something like that. It is bracing in the best possible way. Honestly, this place, oh, it makes San Marino look like Kansas. Oh. I've just got adrenaline coursing through me right now. Anyway, well, I got to the viewpoint at the end, which overlooks a massive valley floodplain. I'm kind of working my way around to like the central of the gorge viewpoint. Been accosted for the last half an hour by the local mafia. A variety of kids in traditional garb, up to and including mud in their hair, whose strategy is to browbeat you into submission to give them money. I understand, I really do, but it is my least favorite method of that sort of thing. I did give one particularly skinny looking kid one of the 2 sandwiches I brought with me because I don't think I'll need it. I had a big meal before I came, but it's packed it just in case. I mean, I've got, yeah, because we're pretty far out of town here. I mean, it's a good few hours before sunset. I got a taxi here. I'm not certain on how I'm getting back into town. There is, if you like, a picnic style viewpoint about 5 miles down the road. And it would be a really, really fun walk, and all downhill. I imagine I'll be able to get transportation from there if I can't get any from here. I might do it anyway, to be honest, because, like I say, all downhill, and I was grinning on all the way up from that point to this, because the landscape is just incredible. Anyway, just going to back away from the edge slowly. There we go. It's a good day. There's that classic feeling where you're on the edge, and I am absolutely on the edge, and these counterintuitive thoughts hit you real hard, like, you know, I'm on a bit of an escarpment here. I did check there was something beneath it as opposed to that little rock there, and you know it's been here for millions and millions of years, but it still looks like it's going to drop any second. And there's also that death survival instinct where you're close to an edge and something inside you just says jump, jump, because you know that you're a step away from death, and so your natural survival instinct is to escape. But because you're standing on an edge, if you escape forward, you're dead. Anyway. Okay, so just been accosted once again by the lovely mafia around here who were trying to sell me a woven bowl, which I'd already turned down 17.5 times, but they've at least temporarily got the message. Nice kids, but you know, seriously, just I came up here to be alone. So a quick word about being prepared, because this place is known by locals, and there's a party of them at the viewpoint over there, but there's no organised transport up to here at all. I got a local share taxi. Sidebar, I was in the middle of the back seat and I was 25% at least bigger than everyone else in the car. Anyway, so I didn't know. I went to the local supermarket. There's usually a taxi stand outside the supermarket. I went up, I asked, they said, yeah, totally, got a good price. And I don't know about getting back particularly. It's very much a flying by the seat of my pants kind of day. So, being prepared for that. Slathered in Factor 50 sunscreen with a backup in my bag. I have 75 centilitres of tea, which I'm about to broach. I've got 1.5 litres of water. I did have 2 sandwiches. I gave one to one kid who looked particularly scrawny. I've got some lollipops. I've got some goji berries, actually. Hold on. Goji berries, which are an amazing iron ration. I picked these up in Freetown in Sierra Leone because there was a Chinese supermarket there and they were selling them very cheaply, kind of like $1.50 for a great big tub of them. I don't actually eat them very much. I love them, but they're iron rations for my pack. So I have that too. So I am adequately supplied. Even if I had to walk back into town, which is a solid 15 clicks, I wouldn't have to do that, of course. But I'm adequately supplied just in case. So that's good. Anyway, I'm enjoying myself here, just sitting on a rock on the edge of a massive gorge looking out at that view. I can't actually see what I'm recording most of the time because of course the sun is very bright. I hope I'm recording good footage for you. There's this little, I don't know if you can see, I'll try and get it like that. There's a little peak down there, a little shop. Am I getting it? Yes. A little sharp peak down there that looks so cool. That'd be a nice little climb. Right, so I'm now very carefully going to get up and kind of crab walk my way up a little bit to get away from this edge, because I have a feeling my mother, wonderful lady that she is going to kick my ass for doing this. From this one, I can't even see the bottom. That's all. I mean, because I think the gorge ends kind of just up here, and it's kind of just a crack that goes down, because there, bloody hell, that's just 1,000 feet. That's 1,000 feet, 1,200 feet. But this is probably more like 800 at this point. That's just me kind of counting back, but there was a time when I would have got out on that one. I'm older and only a little bit wiser. Even at this end, and this is the shallow end, I still can't see the bottom at all.
Aqui está a começar a fumegar, agora vai escalar. Nem chegar lá. Escalar não é fácil.
So I wish I had my old phone for this. Well, this is my old phone. My lost phone. If you look there, you can see people to scale, because it's just, as I said earlier, cyclopean in scope. Fortunately, there's a wall here that I'm leaning on gently. Right, so I've been here a couple of hours now. It's 3 o'clock. I've had a little bit of food, had a little bit of tea. I'm going to think about heading up and seeing what I can do about transport. As I say, honestly, I might just walk down the hill. It's 5 clicks downhill. I'm adequately supplied and get to that kind of. This is nice, actually. Some actually quite nice little graffiti tags. It's never been my way, but it's still quite cool. All locals, mocking it like Rwanda, Nabito. Anyway, so, and as I said earlier, it's a nice walk down the hill. I think I might have more luck getting like a normal share taxi from there. Anyway.
Watching my own videos on a large, high definition screen is really fun.
Here, and I was so excited.
Yum.
It's like,
Good evening, friends. So, it's my last night here in Lubango. I'm headed to Namibia tomorrow, and I just came up for one last dip in the little pool here. A bit of a strange one, actually, for transportation. Yesterday, having finished work, I went to the supermarket, went to the cinema, went to the bus station to pick up tickets for tomorrow, which is Friday. Yeah, hopefully, I was hoping that I would have an early morning bus, because then I'd be, 7 o'clock, something like that. I'd be in at the border for midday. I've got a very nice link from my friend Rene, There's a Swiss guy I met in West Africa, and a friend of his is being kind enough to help me out, show me out, put me up, show me around North Namibia a little bit, and so that's very nice. But as things turned out, I asked for bus times for Friday, and the guy said, oh no, there's no buses on Friday. I'm like, really? I mean, this is the major drop-off point to Namibia. And he was like, but Thursday? I'm like, I can't, I'm working Thursday. He goes, well, there is a night bus on Friday. I was like, okay, so night buses are kind of my jam, but what's the timings? And he said, 8 o'clock. I'm like, right, so that means that we'd reach Santa Clara, which is the border town this side of the border, at 1 a.m. He said, yep, that's right. I'm like, okay. Without much of a choice, I booked it. So I'm here until probably 5 o'clock tomorrow. If I can swing a late checkout, that'd be lovely. Then go and have some dinner and then get the bus, get to Santa Clara and the border-ish for about 1 a.m. It's the biggest and the most well-used border. So I might get lucky first thing, Saturday morning. No idea. Playing it as it comes. I've really enjoyed Angola. And despite the fact that thanks to my sober Septober situation, I am now chest deep in sober Septober. It is the 9th of October, obviously the 10th tomorrow. The 10th is 3 weeks until the end of the month, which means that I am 2/3 of the way through the 61 days. I think it's an achievement, you know. Anyway, so I'm gonna have a dip now, which should be nice. So probably my last video for this particular post. I haven't posted much the last couple of weeks, been enjoying myself too much. So this is gonna be kind of a double whammy, 2, maybe 3 videos. But as I sometimes say, if you like what I do, how I'm doing it, please do like and subscribe. Hope you're smiling. Afternoon, friends. It's 10 to 2. I am chilling in my micro apartment for as long as I possibly can because my night bus is at 8 o'clock. I'm going to go down to the mall and have a pizza later. So I'm having a really quite nice morning and afternoon. And I've got back-to-back Taylor videos to keep me company. Always fun.